Let's pull. Speaking order. I'm too used to speech. Sorry. Topic selection. Right. So I have all your names right here. Since I'm running a Google Meet, I need to use this board as well. So I'm just going to randomize it. And it brings it up for me. Right. So, and Gabe can see this also. We know it's legit. It's on the up and up, right, Gabe? Yep. All right. So I'm just going to go right down the list. Okay. So, Angel, you're up first. What do you want?
Hold on.
Okay.
I think it's space exploration.
Yep.
Yeah, that one.
Okay. Nathan. Okay. Landon. Well, that's right. Toby.
CTE and athletics.
Okay. Justice.
Alternative energy.
Okay. Dana is gone. George.
Which one?
You, George Smith.
Alzheimer's disease.
Alzheimer's disease. Hayden.
Can we do adoption?
Adoption. Okay. Gabe.
E-cig and vaping products.
E-cig and vaping. Isabella.
I'll do border wall.
What was it?
Border wall.
Border wall. Okay. Nora.
I'll do the obesity and eating disorders.
Okay. Elena.
Cloning.
What was it?
Cloning.
Cloning. Okay. Max.
Sleep disorders.
Sleep disorders. And George.
Factory farming.
Factory farming.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, cow beauty gardens.
Child beauty patents. Okay. Who is it that took Alzheimer's? George. Okay, Berkey. That's what I thought. All right. So then the virtual people can start filling in where they want on that. And we'll keep going here. George, I'm just going to set up right next to you here.
Oh, crap. That's not good.
Take a 2-minute timeout for technical difficulties. All right, so today we got topic selections. We took care of that. So we're gonna go over some little research basics here. We're gonna review about firing. Okay, you've heard about that before, right? Yep. Okay, so it should have been in 10A or whatever. Okay. And then what to look for, and I'll talk about the preliminary research plan assignment. Right. So if we go down underneath research paper folder, I guess it needs to think to open up here. There it goes. Then the research folder again, right? We're gonna go under the research basics. Right? So with the fires portion of it, right? What we want to do is as you find articles on your topic, what I would suggest is to create a folder in your Google Drive and just call it identity theft or whatever your topic is, okay? And then as you find your articles, that you put them in that drive, okay? Because you're gonna need to be able to access those articles at all times, right? So we're gonna need to refer back to them later on, right? So we're looking at facts, so names, dates, terms, definitions, okay? We'll look at some examples later. In-depth explanations, right? Laws and policies, theories, okay? Things that are digging a little bit deeper than just kind of scratching the surface. Real life examples, okay? That it's a real scenario, it shows it in real action, right? People like to see things in action, right? Because then we can kind of put ourselves in it. We can make a personal connection to it. It's a little bit easier to understand, right? Expert opinions, right? That people that are in the know, that people that have a lot of credibility, that are in the trenches, that have experienced it, that they're going to be able to give better insight to us because they've lived the situation or they've had in-depth studies behind it. Okay, a lot of expert opinions because we have to have direct quotes in our paper. How many direct quotes? Does anybody remember? 2. Okay, so a lot of those direct quotes are going to come from expert opinion. Okay, and then statistics. Right, statistics. The numbers never. What's the old saying go? Numbers never lie. Okay, then if we can get numbers, statistics about our topic. Okay, so if it's e-cigs and vaping, if it's the number of people that have become addicted, the percentage of teenagers or people that have chronic lung disease from it, okay, that's going to speak volumes for our topic as to show the causes and effects that it's having on society. Okay, every article that you have, whether it's from a website or a database, has to be fired. Okay, so you can either print out the article if you want. If you would rather have hard copies with it and highlight and mark right on the paper, you can do so. Okay, if you want to put it into Google Docs, you can do that as well. Okay, and then what you can do is you can highlight, underline, boldface, whatever you want in Google Docs. You can also use the comment feature. Okay, to highlight, put a comment out on the side, either or, whatever works for you. Okay, so right where it says there, come up with an organization that works for you. Okay, by doing the detailed work now, by highlighting, making notes on the document, it's going to make your life a heck of a lot easier when we get to making 45 note cards down the road. Okay, otherwise you're just going to be repeating the process of having to go back in the article. Okay. So as you read and as you find facts, incidents, real life examples, statistics, expert opinion that relates to your topic and the effect on society, make sure you're highlighting and making notes about it. Okay? So you have your topic done. So what I want you to do is I want you to try and begin with Wikipedia. Is every single topic going to be on Wikipedia? No, but at least start there, try there. Okay, because the nice thing about Wikipedia is it gives you that general overview, but it also breaks down your topic as well and hyperlinks things so that you can reach out from there. Okay? Try and focus on websites that end in edu, gov, or org. Okay? How do I search so that I just get those types of websites? Anybody know what you put in the search bar? You put a plus and like gov, plus org, plus edu. Okay. Why do I want to stay away from .coms?
Companies.
What is it?
It's companies, right?
Yeah, it's companies. So they are usually trying to push what?
A product.
A product. Okay, some type of advertising with it. Okay. So maybe they're not as credible. There are credible .coms out there, but usually we can stay here because edu means it's an educational, probably a college level background. Organizations, okay, that they specialize in a certain area. Now, can organizations have a bias to them? Absolutely. Okay, so we have to understand that. And gov is a governmental website. So if you have a topic that deals with policies and laws, then you probably want to check out the .gov websites. Okay? The national website, by the way, is usa.gov. So if you have something that has to do with politics, policies, and laws, try checking out usa.gov and search for your topic there. Okay? Make sure that you're saving everything, okay? Because we're going to need it later on down the road, okay? Because we're going to create our Noodle Tools project tomorrow. And so then as we save our articles, then we're actually going to have to add them to Noodle Tools so that we have our source list there, which will become our works cited, okay? And then just a reminder, I didn't talk about this yesterday, I wanted to wait until you had your topic today, is that all your sources need to be within the last 10 years, okay? So 2011 is the oldest you can go back, right? If it's something that's older, let's say like 2005 or whatever, then what I want to do is I want to take that information for 2005, search for it, and try and find it in something a little bit new, right? Because if we think about it, if something has been affecting our society for over 10 years, is it really something new that we're concerned about? Probably. Probably not, right? If we haven't figured it out in 10 years, we're probably in trouble, okay? The preliminary research plan, right? It's gonna help you with finding more areas to research, and we'll look at it here in just a second, okay? It's due next Wednesday, and I'll pull up the example document here in a second. And then just remember that procon.org and all PDIAs are not to be cited in your paper, right? You can use them as reference as a good start place, okay, to get the ball rolling, but we don't want to put those in our paper, okay? All right, so let's take a look at that preliminary research plan. So that's under the research folder there. So you're going to be filling this out as you go, okay? What I would probably do is I'd have this open every single day because you're going to have today through Friday and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So really 6 days to work on this. So what I would do is I would just add a little bit to it every single day. It's kind of giving you your little roadmap. So you put in your topic, then, because I want you to look at Wikipedia right away, if it's there, what are the subtopics that Wikipedia uses to break down your topic? That starts to give you some ideas as to search terms to use. Because I'm not just going to put in identity theft all the time into the search bar, okay? I need to try and find other words, synonyms, terms that are commonly used with identity theft to be able to branch out and find more information, okay? Then, as you search, I want you to keep adding key terms that keep coming up, okay? So what are some terms that you keep seeing being used in your articles? It could be one word, it could be a phrase, okay? So instead of like climate change, they refer to it as global warming. So now instead of just searching climate change all the time, now I'm going to look for global warming as well, okay? Especially if you're finding terms that you don't understand in your articles. Be adding those, because then you can go out and you can educate yourself about that terminology. Because obviously if it keeps appearing in your articles, it must have some significance to your topic, okay? So it doesn't look like it's a lot, but in actuality, when we get done, you're going to have some stuff here. If yours isn't on Wikipedia, then just say it's not on Wikipedia. But if you can find it on another PDF source, just add it in there, okay? But this list here should be pretty lengthy by the time we get to next Wednesday. Okay? Questions with that? All right. Then, let's just look real quick as a review about fires, right? That I listed all the stuff before, so you can refer to this slide presentation if you want, okay? So as you're reading your articles, you feel like, oh, it was law and policy. Which one of the fires is that, right? It's in-depth example, okay? A lot of your information is going to go under which of the fires? The majority of your information. What is it going to be? Facts, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to work through your article, okay? And this is how it's going to look. That you're going to highlight portions of it, and then out on the right-hand side, the column, you're going to list what it is in the fires episode, okay? If it's a Google Doc, you can just use the comment function out there on the right-hand side. Whatever works for you, right? Now, notice are we highlighting whole paragraphs at a time? No, right? Sometimes when I see people trying to fire their article, it almost looks like a coloring book, okay? That it doesn't work as well that way. So we're just trying to break it down, right? I mean, really, almost every single paragraph that you have in your article probably should have something highlighted on it, whether it's a word or two or whatever, okay? So just a reminder, cannot cite Wikipedia, Procon.org, and encyclopedias, okay? That's a great place to start. Remember that eventually, I would say by the time we get to spring break, that you have at least 2 direct quotes in your articles, okay? Now, just because it's a quote in the article doesn't necessarily mean it's good. No. Okay? Because I can always take something that's in a quote form in the article, I can paraphrase it, right? Because just remember that your direct quotes, and we'll talk about this more as we go along, but your direct quotes should be 2 of your best pieces of evidence to show why your topic has an impact on society. Okay? So just kind of keep that in mind. It should be, as you're reading and you see that quote and you're just like, oh, that's so good. Then that's probably one that we want to keep. Okay? A lot of times in the preliminary research, sometimes people will have 5, 6 direct quotes when we get to the note card process, and then we start to decide which ones are better than the others. Okay? So maybe I keep 3 of the 6, and the other 3 I make into paraphrases. That's fine. Okay? All right, so here. For today, you got your topic, okay? You know how to fire an article, okay, as to what it should look like. We know we're supposed to be saving it somewhere, and we should be adding to our preliminary research plan as we go along. Okay, so tomorrow, what our plan is that we're going to set up our Noodle Tools project so that as you find articles, we can add them to the Noodle Tools, right? Tomorrow, by the end of the hour, you're going to need to come up here to my desk and show me one article that you have and how it's been fired, right? So you're just going to, whatever it is, it's on Google Doc or wherever, if you printed it out, you're just going to show me and say, hey, here's my one article. I want to be able to see that it's highlighted in places, that you have it labeled for what it is on the fires. And we go from there. And I might just ask you, give me like a quick summary of what the article is about. Okay? What are some key terms that you added to your preliminary research plan? Because then I know by tomorrow that everybody is on the right path. Okay? And then since we started the Noodle Tools, I'll be able to check by the end of the hour, I'll be able to go into each of your projects and be able to make sure that that one article that you fired, that you also have added it into your Noodle Tools. So we're doing that process right. Okay? Questions with that? So really, you got the whole hour today. So a good place to start would be Wikipedia or Anypedia, okay? Just to get kind of a general overview. A lot of you probably did that yesterday when you were searching for 3 possible topics, okay? But go back in there, start filling out that portion of the preliminary research plan, right? Right, so that top part right here, Wikipedia. And then once you're comfortable with that, then you're going to have to find at least one article, right? If it is a .com, is it the end of the world? No, okay? But it should probably be from a legit news source, right? I mean, like if I get usatoday.com, if I get CNN.com, foxnews.com, whatever, it's okay, right? But if it's Billy Bob's homepage, probably not, right? So you just got to kind of watch that a little bit. And remember, if yours has something to do with government, try USA.gov right out of the gate. Right? That'd be a good one. So then by the end of the hour tomorrow, hopefully everybody doesn't wait till the end of the hour. You're going to show me at least one article that you've gone through and you've highlighted and you've put comments in there as to how it fits into the fire's elements. Okay, questions, anything? Okay, so the hour's yours. If something comes up, something doesn't make sense, you don't know if you're on the right track or whatever, raise your hand, come up and see me, blurt out your question. I really don't care how you do it. Just don't be shy about it, okay? Because I can't read your mind. Keep that in mind. Okay, so the hour's yours to get going on your topic. Hey, creepy.
These are getting.
So there's about 9 kids that have now. I told them this week, and they just kind of watch some group history. But then they can show them how to work.
Second hour, right?
Yeah.
When's second hour? That's
9:55. Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
Are you here, Mom?
Yeah, no, I shouldn't be unless they have me do a stress test or something.
No, that's fine. Then I'll just tell them that you'll be able to count. If you can show them basic camera and then like show you the basics. of it, everything,
Yes.
with Premiere. That's what I'm doing. Switch drive.
Very easy. Pretty good. Very well. I've never had that before. Usually it is non-stop questions.
These being YouTube.
Yeah, well, that's a beautiful thing about the software. is that it's very-
We're being this given. So, I'm trying to figure out what to do. Whether it's like after this, or early, whether after,
I think I'll use our streaming computer, I think, and I'll put some audio editing software on there. And then we can just use that as a capture device and everything can literally be on the table. Awesome.
Yeah, forward to the after break.
Yes, okay, good, perfect.
Cool.
Because then everybody, the people on the podcast that week, will also be part of this stage.
Yeah.
On making it live. So if we screw up on air, so be it, keep going.
But on the tell chat, I'm gonna get that remix in. It's gonna- That's gonna change the inside of the box, but it's so minimal.
I told Kevin, I said, I want to try it this spring, because that would be something I really want to push.
Yes, for sure.
That we do a couple of recordings on, and then we could push it to get back to that, that's a big scale.
So, that'd be
On
awesome.
this one, speech perspective, that's to have that. That you want to speak, that performance that you need. Put that, that you screw up, you screw up. You get the giggles, you get the giggles. You know,
So they would just, whenever it gets to that part of the show, that hit play or whatever.
Correct, and that's what that software I'm talking about. You can cue those things up.
It's like going to a different camera. So you bring it over to the computer, and then you play it.
And that software also allows us to interact, with electronic scoreboards.
Yeah.
So it does it automatically, but no camera on it. We create the graphic ourselves, and the time we score changes as they change it live. Yeah, that's super awesome.
So that'd be a DCTV live too. So, pushing, push up commercial treatments.
Well, it'd be fun to say, it'd be fun to do a commercial. Okay, so what if you're trapped? You know, hey, trapped, make a commercial. We always hear, oh, you know, if it's never on there, whatever. It's like, well, make a commercial.
Yeah, so like what's that coming?
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, that's what I want to do.
Yeah, that's the end goal.
That's what I want to do this spring. With clarity. If we want to do it sustainable, then.
Yeah.
But it's starting to, for Perry to say, what we do something that on next year. And go out and film. And just make that, even if it's like a 15, 20 second.
Yeah.
It's fun.
This home run brought to you by Old Owners.
Yeah.
Old Owners, for every purpose is Old Owners.
Well, but if we get that remix, then we get to put
some of the emails that. have been last 24 hours.
Yeah. Getting investments and stuff, that's the-
I'll find it.
Do I need to find a person to work with?
Yes. But as far as I'm concerned, that's. I don't either, I haven't delivered, I mean, I won't even be close, but.
I thought it was interesting that you have business with these shrubs
Yeah.
who do zero. They work the camera.
Well, I mean, there is, what she is asking. I'm going to have to step up, so it's my students, and I'm very uncomfortable with her option, she said, that we're just seeing our streaming. It just is awkward, and we don't control it. And then we would have to charge every, I mean, it's been a struggle to get it to work as good as it's now. It is, yeah. I think John would be good. Upset the apple cart.
Yeah,
Sure.
I don't know if they're using Google Meets for all their speaking ones,
Yeah,
the category. Why can't they just do a Google Meet for the final show? I mean, why do they need charger computer? And just set up a computer, have it going towards in the green room with the DC backdrop behind it, and do it.
They are trying to come up with all these tech solutions on how to do it. Is what happened. And it's like, now we are kind of the people coming in.
Well,
You know, you have been involved in the process, like, okay, we could have taken this whole issue on, they would have decided, okay, let's not do all 12, let's stream 3 at a time. So, let's face it out, stream 3 at a time. You know, we could have handled all this, but they, you don't even know something. This isn't a thing. They can do it in their ass for hours.
Hey, since I have a thing to do that. No. Would you mind if I just came to the date on your letter?
Oh, I don't.
It's fine. I just put all the-
Yep, that works. I think that's why I gave you the document.
I know.
so if somebody calls me, I can say that she plagiarized my letter.
I wrote her a letter in 2018. What the heck?
Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. You want an update on the last year and a half?
I'll come back here.
All right.
Yep. Question. How does Sandy's website? So that way we can make clear.
Could you just copy and paste it?
And we do that?
Yep.
Like the whole website or just?
Just the article. What I do is if I did that, then I'd also put the link at the top of the Google.
Okay.
Could you say a Wikipedia article maybe?
Sure.
Or should you like, or would you like, want to do like a different article?
You could save the Wikipedia to a Google Doc if you want to. We're just not going to add it to our Noodle tools and stuff like that. But if you wanted to go through and be able to like highlight some stuff and take it out of there so that you can refer back to it later, that's perfect.
Okay.